Hello YouTube, and thank you for tuning in to the J Flat Out channel. If you're new here, I'm an automotive YouTuber, but this video is going to be a little different. I'm also from the city, so you returning subscribers are probably wondering why I'm walking through this random lane in the middle of rural Texas, probably about to be eaten by a huge snake. Well, the answer to that and more coming up in this video. Alright guys, so I filmed a travel vlog in Dallas, but it was kind of like a work trip, and there wasn't really anything interesting worth making a video about. So enjoy this 1-minute excerpt of like the top highlights of my trip to Dallas, and then we'll get into the video. All road trips are not road trips without complications. That's why I'm standing here with these cows in the background. I'm actually delivering a brand new trailer to Dallas, and brand new tires, and I managed to completely shred one to pieces, in theory by going slightly over the speed rating of the tire for the last approximately 1,100 miles. The funny thing is my iPhone 7 from Sprint doesn't have any service whatsoever. Luckily, my 19-year-old girl iPhone 5 has perfect service, so I was able to get Southern Tire Mart on the way to change out this tire. But in the meantime, I'm gonna hang out with these cows. All right, we're back, and you know what time it is? It's time for the 10,000 mile review of the Cummins build, the Ram 3500 Cummins. You guys know, and some of you love on the channel. We're about to hit 10,000 miles, so I'm gonna go over kind of what's happened up to this point, the future plans, and some other stuff. So, like I said, 10,000 miles. The only reasons it's actually been in the dealership for anything manufacturer related was, one, the steering wheel got scratched and the leather ripped, which may have been my fault, but either way they warrantied it, so I went to the dealer for that. The only other manufacturer issue was the plastic trim around the passenger window wore out, or something happened to it, and it was squeaking a little bit when you rolled it up. Again, not a huge deal. They changed it out and it doesn't do it anymore. Now I know you guys are like, wait, there's tons of videos where the truck's at the dealership. Those are all issues that were caused by modifications that I've done. So I'm not going to count those against Dodge or Ram or Cummins or anything like that, because like I said, all those times it was at the dealership, it was caused by the modifications that I've done. So like I said, you guys can watch the old videos to see how I overcame that and those problems. But like I said, actual stuff that is manufacturer related, steering wheel tear, which again, probably 99% sure it was me, and then you know, the window trim. So maintenance wise, I'm very happy with it. I've done one oil change. I did it at 7,500 miles. The manufacturer specification says 12,500 miles. I would not recommend following that, because I changed mine at 7,500 and it was black as hell, just absolutely disgusting. So I'm going to drop down and do it every 5,000 now. 10,000 miles also marks about when you want to change your fuel filters. Now, these Cummins have two fuel filters, the new ones do. Technically a fuel filter and then a water separator, and they're about $80 for the filter. If you get it done at the dealership, it's like $300 or $400. You can do it yourself. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but if you want to save some coin, like I said, you can buy both filters for about $80 online. Link will be in the description for that. But you know, like I said, sometimes it's easier just to have them do it and you know it's done right. If you have somewhere like Jiffy Lube do it or some other local lube shop, it's probably about 180, but who knows if they're going to do it right or not. So it's up to you. In terms of drivability, right now the truck is absolutely dialed in. The suspension is all adjusted correctly. The alignment is perfect. Like, there's really nothing right now that I can complain about the truck. Like I said, it's riding smooth, it's riding nice, it's not choppy, it's not wobbling, it's not leaning, it's not out of alignment. Like, right now, if it could just stay like it is right now, I'd be super happy, you know. But that's the nature of modifying things, especially suspension. It's always a very finicky process. And if you guys aren't willing to kind of go through. I mean, I wish I could say, hey, every time you modify a car, it just turns out perfect right away and no problem. Well, you're modifying a machine, something that's got many, many, many moving parts. It's traveling down the road. It's traveling over, you know, uneven surfaces, and sometimes those two things don't mesh, especially if you have somewhere like 4-Wheel Parts do your modifications for you, and they just ignore half of the things that are required for doing those modifications. So, like I said, make sure you guys, if you don't do it yourself, do have a reputable shop do the work for you. Future plans for the truck. So future plans are probably a delete, either a delete or emissions intact tuning. There's a video a couple weeks ago that I'll link up here about emissions intact tuning. One of my buddies has the full emissions system intact still with tuning. There's an option where you can unplug the EGR and tune it that way, but it still uses DEF. Or there's an option where you obviously delete the EGR, the DEF, change the exhaust out, and then put the tuner on. So, and that's kind of like what SRT Mush did if you watch his videos. So those are kind of the options for that. I'm also looking for some different bumpers. I want some really slimline, nice bumpers. But like I said, you know, I want them to be really slim. I saw a super clean Tundra when I was in Long Beach a couple weeks ago, and it had the, like, not the iron cross bumper, but that style of bumper, but they were real slim, and they were painted white to match the color of the truck, and it looked super clean. It looked real factory. So if you know of any of those real nice, slim, clean bumpers for this truck, the Ram 3500 2016, drop a comment below. Don't drop a link because it'll go to spam, but drop a comment with the manufacturer or whatever, and I'll Google it. What else we got? In terms of drivability, like I said, you know, I haven't had any issues. My overall fuel mileage from new, so literally this trip has 9,732 miles on it, is 13.5 miles a gallon. That's never resetting it since I've bought the truck. So that's a combination of everything, where it comes from, you know, going fast, going on the highway, all kinds of stuff. That's 46 hours and 55 minutes of driving, and I think that's relatively good for average, because I've got my foot in it more than I don't. So that's, like I said, that's a relatively good average. The actual average after resetting it is like 14. So I don't get superb fuel mileage, but most of my driving is in the city, so I hardly ever go on the highway, and you know, it is what it is. So just one of those things. This isn't the truck you get if you're worried about gas mileage. Other future plans for the truck is obviously going to like change out the tires, because these Nittos are absolutely shredded. That video will be up here. Lots of reference videos. This is just kind of a 10,000 mile roundup of everything. So yeah, like I said, that's pretty much all I got for you. You guys can browse through my build series playlist to see specifics on each modification, but that's kind of my 10,000 mile roundup, where, you know, I'm still content. There's no issues, no problems to report, and honestly, like right now, I couldn't be happier with how the truck's performing. So thanks for watching, guys. Those of you who are following along with the build series, thank you, man. Thank you for the support. Thank you for making it worth it. It motivates me to keep doing the videos, and, you know, looking for other builds to do in the future. Let's give back for 10,000 miles. Let's do this. If you made it to the end of the video right now, if you're watching right now, I want you to go into the comments, and if you're the first person that comments, I'm a winner, I'm a doer, I am a doer, I'll send you a shirt. So just comment that, and then hit me up on Instagram or drop me an email, and I'll send you a free shirt for sticking it through to the end. Thanks for watching, guys. Like, comment, and subscribe for your chance to win other good items later. Peace.